So Anupam, first of all, congratulations again, and I think you are very much comfortable because the real interview that counts for your success and failure, you have already faced that. So it's a very small interview, and rather it is a dialogue. I should not say it under the rubric of interview because it's a dialogue so that you can motivate the young minds, the aspirant candidates who are going for the preparation of civil service examination. So I will be asking you certain questions, and my first question is, why you opted for becoming a civil servant as a career?
So first, I was in the third year of my graduation. Then I came to know about the civil services. Then I read about and Google the whole information about this exam and its process. It gives diverse opportunities and challenges for anyone to serve the society, poor, vulnerable section of the society. So I wanted to contribute towards this society's welfare. So I decided to choose it as a career option.
Good. You decided to contribute, and you know that certainly everybody wants to contribute. That I want to contribute in the making of the society and for the betterment of the society. But at the end of the day, when you have to contribute in practicality, you need to identify some area. So have you identified some particular area in which you want to work in for the betterment of society?
Especially for the girl child, I want my focus because only when a girl candidate will support the other girl candidates, then only the society and its. Firstly, I want to say that three major areas I want to show my focus. First, that we should change the society's attitude towards the women section. Second, they should also be given the equal opportunities in every field, in economic decision making also. And thirdly, I can say that we should also have one program for men also, so that they can change their attitude towards the women.
Anupam, that's good that you are having the mission of women empowerment in your mind. That is through media, through certain policies of the government. But being a male, what I feel particularly, I would say that society is made of both the sexes, male and female. So I wish that from this feministic hangover you would move to the mission of humanism as such, because that takes both of them. And my second question is, when you really decided to go for the preparation of civil services, I mean, at what age or in which class?
During the final year of my graduation, I was discussing this to my faculty members and teachers, director sir, registrar sir, and I was afraid of saying कि सर मुझे यही join करना है because I got placed in a reputed MNC, so I was afraid कि सर कहेंगे कि पहले तो placement करवा ली अब इसका civil service में. But I'm thankful they encouraged me, and that's why I am here.
Good. Thank you. So she decided to go for civil services in the final year. That's too late because Sir was saying that we are from village, and this is the reality that a person from a village can speak. Otherwise, almost all the civil servants, when you interview, they say that I started preparing for civil services when I was in 6th class, or I started when I was in +1, or when I was in 9th class. So that is to terrorize the students like us, that they start in the very beginning, and if you start at a very higher level, then you can't achieve it. So Anupam, you have been a student, you have been an engineering student particularly, and which subjects, you opted for your mains, and why?
I opted sociology because sociology teaches about the society, its issues, problems, and its solutions. So I wanted to know about the society with larger perspective, so I opted for it.
So you opted for sociology, and you have been an engineering student. So how difficult it was for you to prepare sociology for your civil service examination? Which books you really relied upon, and who have been the guiding figure in this particular area of sociology? Because it was entirely a new subject to you, and hardly we have great, hardly we have 2-3 good sociologists in India, if I'm not mistaken. Andre Bete we have, and then we have Mansuri Nivasan. So these are the sociologists basically. So who are other sociologists, to the best of your knowledge, who can be studied, those who wish to take sociology as a main subject for their preparations for civil services?
I think I am a fan of Karl Marx because he battled for the equality of the society, because society is divided in have and have nots. So he asked for a revolution that will change the society into a classless society. So I will say that books I read was from NCRT's and the Harlombas book for sociological perspective. I read that book. It was not difficult because I was an engineer, and we engineers have rational mindset and we can easily opt for the art subjects. So it was not that much difficult. Everyone can go for any art subject without much difficulty. And I was a computer science graduate, so there was no computer related subject in that syllabus, so I opted for that also.
Thank you. So you say that I'm a die-hard fan of Karl Marx, but even in his own times, Karl Marx was, basically this traditional Marxist model that is base superstructure, economy determines everything, that was critiqued on solid grounds, because there are external factors also. As you talked about women empowerment and particularly the decision making on economic issues about women. So that's a Marxist lineage in your thinking. But do you see this entire Marxist model to revise, particularly in India? Because in India, Marxism is a failed philosophy, to the best of my knowledge. So how do you going to take your this particular Marxist kind of ideology? And let me tell you, it's very difficult to go with Marxist ideology, particularly while dealing with the illiterate politicians. That's the reality. We have to accept it, that hardly we have good, intelligent, educated politicians. So don't you feel that this particular hardcore Marxist thinking is going to create problems for you, and how you will be dealing with it?
When we talk of inequality and equality, Marx talked about equality, and it is an ideal concept. So when we talk about something equality, then inequality also reduces. So when we talk about equality, then somehow we can see that inequality also exists, as there are not two people with the same color, same gender. So equality exists in the society, but when we talk about equality, then inequality reduces. So somehow this can help society in bringing at equal terms. So that's the
Good.
Thank you, Anupam. So, moving away from this Marxist debate, let me ask my next question. What motivated you when the depression was having a strangled hold over Anupam Shoran while preparing for civil services? Because being a girl from a rural area preparing in Delhi, so what really motivated you to crack it?
especially teachers and my family members have been very supportive throughout this journey. So I was never depressed. I was very hopeful till the end. I was very consistent with my studies. I had faith in myself that one day I will be able to crack this examination. So I never thought that I should go for the second option. So I was
Good. Good.
Vista told us something.
Yes, certainly we would like to have that caption, that particular statement that was being conveyed to you through Registrar Sir.
when I failed in my second attempt, Registrar Sir ने कहा था कि तुम्हारी टांगे तोड़ दी जाएंगी. So it was really positive.
That was having the opposite meaning of it. टांगे तोड़ने के बजाय टांगों को और सशक्त कर दिया जाएगा. This is the way we take it, because दर्द भी वही देता है जिसके पास दवा होती है. So how many hours you really put in your studies? And please be honest, because when you say longer hours, the poor people like me, they feel inferior that we can't do it. So really, how many hours you really put in your studies on regular basis?
5 or 6 hours I continuously studied, but with the consistency, but not like that I did in 2 or 3 days. मतलब 2-3 दिन पढ़ा फिर नहीं पढ़ा, ऐसा नहीं किया. I did continuously for 5 hours regularly, excluding newspaper. Newspaper is must, so we should devote 2 hours newspapers also. Excluding it, I also read 5-3 internet websites like Murnal websites, Insights on India, and many other NCERT related books. I read through them, by which I can get more information about my topics. So I googled, searched.
Thank you. It is only reading newspaper plus 5 hours. If you can uninstall WhatsApp and Facebook, you can do it. Because you spend more than 5 hours on WhatsApp and Facebook. So my next question is, and we want an elaborate answer on it, the longest answer on it, because it's a real question. The real question is, share your studying strategies with all of us in detail. This is the essay type question, so to speak.
ऐसे टाइप क्वेश्चन में सबसे पहले पॉइंट्स बनाने होते हैं, रफ काम चल रहा है.
Firstly, identify the subjects which you want to choose, in which you have your interest. Secondly, you can take the standard books that you will go through, and then read continuously, consistently the same books. Don't read different books of the same subject. Like history, I read the Spectrum, but people do different. Like कभी NCERT पढ़ लिया, कभी दूसरी कुछ बुक पढ़ ली. तो एक ही बुक को 5 बार पढ़ने से हम फैक्ट्स अच्छे से याद रहते हैं, समरी मेमोराइज हो जाती है, तो ये आंसर राइटिंग में काफ़ी हेल्पफुल रहती है. इसके अलावा गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज़ वेबसाइट पे चेक कर लेनी चाहिए लगातार. तो वो गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज़ जैसे बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ, जन धन योजना, इन सब अखबार में भी आते हैं टेम्पलेट्स वगैरह, पैम्पलेट्स, ये सब हमेशा माइंड में रखने चाहिए कि ये भी पढ़ना चाहिए. इसके अलावा न्यूज़पेपर सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. 2-3 न्यूज़पेपर कोई भी नहीं पढ़ सकता, तो एक न्यूज़पेपर तो ज़रूर पढ़िए, चाहे कोई भी हो, हिंदी का हो या इंग्लिश का हो, एक न्यूज़पेपर. और अगर न्यूज़पेपर भी नहीं पढ़ सकते तो रेडियो से आकाशवाणी न्यूज़ आते हैं जो FM गोल्ड 106.4, उस पर तुम एक डिस्कशन होता है करंट अफेयर्स बेस्ड, और डेली सुनो 9 बजे, उससे भी काफ़ी हेल्पफुल रहेगा वो सब. और इसके अलावा जो कोचिंग स्टडी मटेरियल होता है कहीं से भी अवेलेबल हो जाता है. वो वही अगर तुम 10 बार वही चीज़ें बार पढ़ोगे और साथ साथ करंट अफेयर्स अपडेट करते रहोगे, वही मूल मंत्र है मुझे लगता है पढ़ाई का. मैंने तो यही